Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the NeuroAnimation Grow Your Brain podcast. I'm your host, Maddie Niebank, and today I'm joined by another NeuroAnimation graduate, Janeth Garcia, and her coach, Santiago. Thank you both for being here today. Janeth, I was wondering, maybe to start, you could give us, I know that you also, like me, had a stroke. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that experience.
Sure. Well, I had my stroke in June 2023, so it's been a little bit over 2 years and a half now. It was, of course, it was something that I wasn't expecting. I was actually exercising when it happened. And, well, there's not much that I can say because I don't remember a lot of it, right? Besides, mostly now, the recovery and how I've been, trying slowly to go back to my normal life and back to work specifically.
So you are a quantum physicist, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm a postdoctoral scholar here at the Ohio State University, and I work mostly with quantum sensors, trying to detect spin dynamics and magnetic materials.
And after you had your stroke, were you able to start working, or what happened?
Well, I was very lucky, first of all, because I was able to get or to have help or to get to the hospital very fast. I think it was within an hour that the stroke was happening, or maybe less.
You were at home when it happened? Or you said you were exercising?
At home. Yeah, I was exercising at home. I actually fell off my stationary bike, and everything happened super fast. I honestly, when I did the calculation on time, it was less than 40 minutes that I'm between when I think that I fell off the bike and whenever I make it to, or I was admitted into the hospital. So it is within 45 minutes. So I was very lucky in that sense that I didn't have any major physical affectation after the stroke. So because of that, I think I tried to push or to go back to normal pretty fast, maybe within a month that it happened. But also now, looking back, I think that it was also me trying to not accept what had happened. Then after, I would say probably the first month, the first 2 months, I was just trying to navigate with it until I realized that I couldn't do many things, especially I get paid to think, right? Especially think it to very complex problems or how to solve them, basically. And I wasn't able to perform in that way. I was maybe able to keep with normal life, existing, breathing, and all of those things, but not necessary to work. So that was I would say, one of my biggest challenge, reincorporating myself to my normal job, but also understand that I have certain limitations now that I might need more time or be more patient to develop again my skills or for whatever I was as I've been getting prepared for.
So it was really learning to develop back the cognitive skills that you needed to be able to perform in the workplace.
Yeah, mainly was that and basic things, basic maths. I remember when I found NeuroAnimation, one of my first things when I talk with the coaches and with the people there, it was I really want to be able to do basic math skills in a considerably fast way. And with basic, I said summation, multiplications. It was so weird that I couldn't even do it in my head anymore. I have to see it written and I have to think twice. If I couldn't do a basic math operation, I couldn't do then or analyze or trying to understand more complicated systems. So yeah, that was the challenge, I'll say.
Had you tried other therapies?
I tried, but the main thing for my thing, it was everywhere where I go or trying to sign up, people were, you are normal, right? You are good. So, and to me it was kind of discouraging in that way because it was yeah, I know that I look normal, but I cannot keep up with my life, right? I cannot continue with what was my life before. So that make it not so normal for me. And to a point that I was before finding NeuroAnimation, I was even considering maybe I have to switch careers, right? After 10 years of physics and doing a PhD or everything, maybe I just had to start over again, something new and something that I'm capable to do in a good way or in the way that I wanted. Because also, I think it always depends, and it's a personality thing, right? It's how much you you ask yourself or challenge yourself to do. And I'm that kind of person that if I'm gonna do something, I want to do it 100% good and not just like surfing around or things. So that was my main thing for the reason why I was like looking for whatever. So then I found NeuroAnimation on social media, and I say, why not?
So Santi, since you were her coach, right, during this boot camp, what was Janeth like when she first started at the NeuroStrength camp, and then by the time she ended, what were gains you noticed?
Well, it was really interesting because part of it wasn't any physical. There weren't any motor skills that we're trying to relearn. But I mean, in terms of the therapy itself, she became really good at it. The games, the dexterity, agility, the agility that she had, in a very, very hard setting, being able to perform absolutely really well and control and think about the movements that she needed to do. That was exceptional. But then from day 1 to day 24, we also saw her cognitive scores, the Dana assessments that we do, just were shooting through the roof. Still one of the, if not the highest, one of the highest scores that we've seen in our program. It basically double, like her cognitive level in terms of attention span, receptivity, and the speed at which she responds to different commands, like that double from the moment that her day 1 or her day 24. And in terms of speech, and even, anecdotally from your own experience at work, I remember halfway through the program, you mentioned that your boss made a comment about it. And I mean, you can probably talk about that better than I can.
Yeah, I remember that. Because also that's another part of my problem, right? Like I had this thing of, I thought that I was communicating my ideas properly, but I wasn't, right? And one of the person that bring that up many times before was my boss, because he was like, okay, what do you want to say? And of course, in a setting where you're working with a lot of scientists, you have to convey your ideas very straightforward, clear, and as simple as possible, even though that what we talk is not that simple. And yeah, halfway through the program, I remember him mentioning that I was getting better, and that he noticed an improvement, not only like the way in how I am like communicated, but also like the way in how I'm being, like how receptive I was being with all the information that we were getting. So yeah, that definitely was a plus for me, because something I guess that I was being, or like was keeping me like down or not moving forward in my recovery. It was all these exterior factors that I couldn't control, like how people receive the way in how I talk, or not understanding, but not wanting it to tell me that, hey, I have no idea what you're saying, right? So the therapy, yeah, changed completely I would say my life. I was able to get a little bit closer to the normal life that I had before. And also, I think it gave me a lot of, I learned, and this, I didn't have it before the stroke, so I think that is an accomplishment, that the therapy also gave me a lot of patience with myself, like I gained, and I started understanding that I cannot get back to wherever I was, or I might not get there, but I cannot get back like in one day. So it's like this kind of like bumpy road that you have highs and lows, and I see that with the Dana test too, because I become like very like competitive with my own scores, right? It's like I want them up.
Me too. I'm trying to catch up to your score.
Oh, that's great. So we can keep competing there.
I'm getting close, but not yet. I remember one time you and I were in the car, and you told me that before you were doing the NeuroAnimation, you didn't have like the confidence, I guess, to drive.
The driving part, that was crazy, because that was one of the very first thing. Like, and I have to say that it was probably like the first week, like the first 2 sessions, or even like the first session. I don't remember, but it was very, very soon within the program. And I remember noticing, telling my mom, like, wait a second, like something, it's like different. And my mom wasn't on the phone, and I was like, why, everything is okay. And I was like, yeah, but it was mainly like I was more aware of, like, it is not that I wasn't aware of my surroundings, but I think driving, at least after the stroke, it was very, This was not scary, but I knew that I have to be like more focused and like looking around, and it was harder, for example, like to know like the depth perception, and because of that, and because I knew that I had that limitation, it always stressed me more when I drive. So after this first week of NeuroAnimation, it was, I don't know, it was so easy, right? It was not easy, but I feel like very natural, like of like the driving part, of like being able like change lanes. If I have a car close, not get scared or like surprised. And I remember saying to my mom that day that like, I don't know if it is some sort of like a placebo effect, or I want to think that it's working, but yeah, it was. I mean, it worked like that, and that I think that also gave me more. I guess it hyped me up to okay, something is changing, and I want to know how much or what else can change with this.
With some of the driving stuff, like there was the confidence aspect, there was the emotional engagement aspect. Also, like anecdotally, that it's not the first time that people have mentioned seeing a change in their vision. Like that's your peripheral vision, your depth perception. Even your reaction time. That's one of the things that the Dana tracks really well. That is one of the things that was shooting through the roof.
That's true. And going back with the vision, I remember like even after when I finished the program, I had to get back new glasses because I got a new prescription.
Oh my God,
it was
insane.
very weird because the glasses that I had in that moment, I got it like after the stroke, because after the stroke I had some vision changes. And then that was a year before. Then I did NeuroAnimation and finished like, I think it was early August, late July. And I had to get again my new glasses because I was getting a lot of headaches and everything. So I was like, okay, let's just get checked. And the doctors noticed that it was like, I don't remember in numbers, I don't remember in prescription, but it was like, oh no, we have to go back a little bit. I mean, it's now I'm the prescription between like post-stroke and pre-stroke. Now my prescription is like some sort in the middle, which is crazy to think that, I mean,
that it changed.
How it changed. And within like, we are talking within like a little bit over 12 months. So, so it's not, I mean, it's not normal, especially when you are an adult already.
I mean, it's so amazing for me. And I have known you since, I guess, when I came for my first boot camp since May. So amazing to hear about all the improvements that you've made from doing NeuroAnimation. What kind of goals do you have now? I know you're back at work.
Yeah, well, mainly I want to keep going with, I don't know if I should call it recovery anymore, because, I mean, I don't want to say 100% recovery, but I feel that I'm better, especially from this first day before starting the therapy. But I definitely want to improve in terms of like cognitive and math skills, and like getting deeper in like also my critical thinking and being able to focus more as well. Like that's something, I guess I have a lot of priorities, right? And first it was like, okay, I have to be able to do the basic operation, then to talk. Now, like I want to keep like the focus, the concentration, and being able to keep up longer with conversation, because that's something that still is not bad. And I guess that's where the therapy gave me a lot of patience in the way to think like, okay, it's good enough. Like I shouldn't like complain or get frustrated because of that. But I know that I have to be better on like keeping up with conversation. So I guess in terms of goals, it's like I would like to be better on like manage that my energy in order to be able to focus and concentrate more in the things that I want, depending on like work or like regular conversation with friends. But yeah, I guess this would be energy management. I don't know if that would be the term that like one of the goals, but yeah, and I keep working. I keep doing now I'm with the VR therapy, so I kind of like want to keep going. And when I finished the therapy, I was very scared that I was gonna go back. Right. It was like that feeling of like, okay, I gain all of this. What is gonna happen when I finish? And I think I was for a few months without it, and everything was fine. Then I had the opportunity to start the VR, and I really definitely want to keep going, because it makes me feel good, and I know that somehow I'm doing something and it's working for me. Also, still something that I give to the therapy is like this mood
the mood
enhancement.
Yes.
So yeah, and I feel happier, I feel better, and I just want to keep having that sensation. So that's what I just want to keep going with it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on another episode of the NeuroAnimation Grow Your Brain podcast. I'm your host, Maddie Niebank. Thank you all for joining today.